The Thule Society. The Thule Society was a secretive and influential organization rooted in early 20th century Germany, often associated with esoteric beliefs, nationalist ideology, and the occult. Founded in 1918 in Munich by Rudolf von Sebottendorf, the group was named after the mythical land of Thule. The society blended mystical ideas with a strong belief in Aryan racial superiority and German nationalism. The group had real influence and helped fund and shape the German Workers' Party, which would later become the Nazi Party. Adolf Hitler himself wasn't a member, but he moved in overlapping circles. Several early Nazis were deeply involved in Thule. The society's mix of myth, mysticism, and racial ideology laid some of the foundations for the twisted worldview of the Third Reich. Like many secret societies, the Thule group held private meetings, used coded language, and believed they were guardians of the hidden truths. But unlike the more abstract Illuminati, the Thule Society wasn't just whispering in the shadows. It helped build a political machine that changed the world in terrifying ways. The Black Hand was a secret society formed in Serbia in 1911. Officially called Unification or Death, it was created by members of the Serbian army with the goal of uniting all South Slavic people under Serbian rule. The group operated in the tense political climate of the Balkans, where nationalist movements were on the rise, and the Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian empires still held power over large parts of the region. The Black Hand is best known for its connection to the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria on June 28, 1914. This was the event that triggered the First World War. The assassin, Gavrilo Princip, was a Bosnian Serb nationalist linked to a group called Young Bosnia, which had ties to the Black Hand. Although it's debated how much direct control the Black Hand had over the assassination plot, some of its members provided weapons, training, and logistical support. The Black Hand functioned as a clandestine organization with a strict hierarchy and secret oaths. Its methods included espionage, sabotage, and political assassinations. Though small in number, the group's influence reached into military, political, and intelligence circles in Serbia. It promoted a pan-Slavic vision and viewed Austria-Hungary as the main obstacle to South Slavic unification. The Order of Nine Angels emerged in the UK during the 1970s, blending elements of occultism, Satanism, pagan ritual, and at times extreme political ideology. Its roots are traced to a man named David Mayat, a British occultist and former neo-Nazi who played a major role in shaping the group's philosophy, though, as with much in the ONA, details are deliberately obscured. ONA isn't a traditional group. There are no official meetings, no headquarters. It spreads through texts, online writings, and independent nexions, or small autonomous cells. Some of the ONA's texts glorify conflict, suffering, and social collapse as part of a broader aeonic vision, a belief in long-term societal transformation through chaos. In recent years, individuals linked to ONA ideas have been investigated in terrorism and hate crimes, particularly in the UK and the US. Governments and watchdog groups have classified ONA-related materials as dangerous, not because the group is large, but because its ideology can influence those already prone to radicalization. The Carbonari. Before the Illuminati rumors, before modern revolutions reshaped Europe, there were the Carbonari, a real secret society fighting for freedom in the shadows of 19th century Italy. The Carbonari, meaning charcoal burners in Italian, emerged in the early 1800s in Naples during a time of political repression under foreign rule. They weren't actual charcoal makers, but they adopted the name and symbols of that working class profession to stay hidden in plain sight. Their goal was to oppose absolute monarchy, promote constitutional government, and work toward a unified Italy, decades before the country actually came together. The Carbonari were organized into secret cells with their own rituals, passwords, and symbols, often borrowed from Freemasonry, but with a uniquely Italian twist. Initiation involved swearing loyalty, embracing nationalist ideals, and agreeing to resist tyranny. They operated underground, using coded language and hidden meeting places, always at risk of being arrested, or worse. They weren't anti-religious, but they were deeply anti-authoritarian. especially toward governments that ruled without consent of the people. But most of these uprisings were crushed, often brutally. Members were imprisoned, exiled, or executed. The secret police worked hard to root them out, yet their ideas kept spreading. Their influence reached beyond Italy, even into France and Spain, inspiring other liberal movements across Europe. The Carbonari shows us that not all secret societies were about domination or control. Some were about liberty, unity, and change, even if they had to fight from the shadows to get there. The Skull and Bones Society. What do presidents, CIA directors, and Fortune 500 CEOs have in common? Some of them belong to Skull and Bones, a secret society so exclusive it only admits 15 people a year from one of America's top universities. Skull and Bones was founded in 1832 at Yale University by students dissatisfied with the college's existing secret societies. The group was originally called the Eulogian Club, but it quickly became known by its emblem, a skull and crossbones, often shown with the number 322. A reference to the year of the society's founding. From the start, it was elitist by design. Only a handful of seniors were selected each year, known as Bonesmen, and they were chosen based on leadership, talent, or social connections. Skull and Bones is based out of an unmarked, windowless building on Yale's campus called The Tomb. Known traditions include sharing life stories, forging lifelong loyalty, and adopting secret names within the group. There's no official political ideology, but the goal is to build a powerful network that helps its members succeed after graduation. Skull and Bones has long been associated with elite power structures in the US. Members include William Howard Taft, George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, John Kerry, and leaders in business and intelligence. The Ordo Templi Orientis. Some secret societies chase power, others seek truth. The Ordo Templi Orientis, or OTO, claims to do neither, at least not in the way you think. Linked to occult rituals, Aleister Crowley, and spiritual liberation, the OTO is one of the most misunderstood esoteric orders of the last century. The OTO was founded in the early 1900s, inspired by Freemasonry and other mystical systems. It began in Germany or Austria, depending on which source you follow, with early leaders like Karl Kellner and Theodore Royce. Their goal was to create a structured spiritual order that merged Western esotericism, Masonic-style degrees, and personal enlightenment. The real turning point came in the 1910s, when Aleister Crowley, a British occultist, writer, and controversial figure, became involved. Crowley brought with him a new system of belief, Thelema, based on his spiritual experiences and writings. Under Crowley's leadership, the OTO was restructured. Its degrees and rituals were rewritten to align with Thelema, emphasizing self-realization, magic, and spiritual independence. The OTO is organized in a degree system. Similar to Freemasonry, it initiates progress through rituals meant to unlock spiritual insight and self-knowledge. It includes ceremonial magic, meditation, symbolism, and sacred texts, all geared toward discovering one's true will. One of the most central rituals is the Gnostic Mass, a symbolic and highly theatrical ceremony meant to celebrate the divine in both the cosmos and the individual. The OTO remains active today, with branches around the world and legal status in several countries. It has influenced not just occult circles, but modern spirituality, counterculture, and even pop culture.